This is what 70 million euros looks like. This is the player Paris Saint-Germain signed to help replace a legend, inheriting the iconic number 7 shirt. But let's rewind. Just a few years ago, this same player was a 10 million euro bargain that few outside of Italy could even pronounce. A gamble, a risk, an unknown quantity from a nation with little footballing pedigree. This is the story of how Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, the boy from Tbilisi, Georgia, became a king in Naples and a conqueror of European football. A story of dazzling goals and assists.
Khvicha Kvaratskhelia and still Kvaratskhelia!
A historic league title, and a journey that defies all expectations. So, how did he pull off one of the most monumental leaps in modern football? The Georgian Foundation. He starts in Tbilisi, Georgia, a country more famous for its ancient history and wrestling champs than for producing global football superstars. Born on February 12, 2001, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia grew up in a family where football was everything. His father, Badri, was a professional footballer himself, even playing for the Azerbaijan national team. From his earliest days, Khvicha was inseparable from a ball, playing barefoot by a riverside, his life completely dedicated to the game. He joined the academy of Georgia's biggest club, Dinamo Tbilisi, at age 11. His talent was obvious from the jump. Coaches described him as a shy, disciplined kid who was completely focused on the game. Even as a teenager, they noted his incredible speed, technique, and a relentless drive to attack and win. Still, there were doubts. When he was ready for his senior debut at just 16, some feared he wasn't physically ready. The club president even suggested waiting a couple more years, but an advisor prophetically argued back. In 2 years' time, Kvaratskhelia would be playing for Liverpool or Real. That belief paid off. He made his debut for Dinamo Tbilisi in 2017, but a contract dispute saw him leave for Rustavi a year later. It was there he started grabbing international attention, earning a spot on the Guardian's next generation list of the 60 best young talents in world football. Like many young players, he had an idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. He ended up choosing the number 77 shirt at Napoli because his preferred number 7, Ronaldo's number, was taken. It was a little nod to the huge ambition brewing inside the quiet kid from Tbilisi. The Russian detour and a homecoming. His journey then took an unexpected turn into the Russian Premier League, first on loan to Lokomotiv Moscow, where he won a Russian Cup, and then on a permanent deal with Rubin Kazan. The manager at Lokomotiv was devastated when the club couldn't make his signing permanent, later admitting that losing the extremely talented boy made me cry. At Rubin Kazan, Kvaratskelia's star just kept rising. He won back-to-back Best Young Player awards and was named the league's best left winger. But his time in Russia was cut short. After the Russian invasion of Ukraine, FIFA allowed foreign players to suspend their contracts. Kvaratskhelia made the decision to terminate his and return to his homeland, signing a short-term deal with Dinamo Batumi in March 2022. It was a move forced by geopolitical turmoil, but it turned out to be the final crucial step before he exploded onto the world stage. He was home, but not for long. Europe's biggest clubs were watching, and one Italian giant was about to make the signing of the century, the birth of Kvaradona. In July 2022, Napoli announced the signing of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia for a fee between just 10 and 12 million euros. He was brought in to replace the departing club legend Lorenzo Insigne, earning a modest salary. Nobody, and I mean nobody, could have predicted the seismic impact he was about to have. From his very first match, he was a straight-up revelation. He scored and assisted on his Serie A debut. In his second match, he scored twice. He became the first player in Napoli's long history to score 3 goals in his first 2 league matches. The quiet, unknown winger from Georgia was suddenly a system breaker, a throwback dribbler who was simply unstoppable with the ball at his feet. The city of Naples, a place that worships football and still lives in the shadow of its greatest hero, Diego Maradona, fell completely in love. They couldn't pronounce his name, so they gave him a new one, Kvaradona. It was a heavy, almost sacred comparison, but he earned it. The love was real. Georgian flags filled the stadium, and one Neapolitan fan even named his newborn son Kvicha. With Kvaratskhelia leading the charge, Napoli played some of the most thrilling football in Europe. He ended his debut season with 12 goals and a league-leading 13 assists, helping Napoli clinch their first Serie A title in 33 years, ending a drought that stretched all the way back to the Maradona era. The individual awards awards poured in: Serie A Player of the Month, the overall Serie A MVP for the season, and the UEFA Champions League Young Player of the Season. In just 1 year, the €10 million gamble had become one of the best players in the world. The conquest of Europe. After 2.5 spectacular seasons in Naples, where he racked up an impressive 30 goals in 107 games, the next chapter felt inevitable. Europe's wealthiest clubs came calling, and Paris Saint-Germain won the race. In January 2025, PSG announced the signing of Kvaratskhelia for a reported fee of €70 million plus bonuses. On a contract lasting until 2029, had tried to get him to extend his contract, but the winger ultimately requested to leave, with PSG in talks since the previous year. For PSG, it was a massive statement. President Nasser Al-Khelaifi called him one of the most exciting players in world soccer and praised his determination to join the club. Kvaratskhelia himself called the move a dream. He became the first Georgian player in PSG's history and was handed the number 7 shirt, a symbol of his new status as a marquee player ready to replace a legend. The boy who grew up idolizing a number 7 had now become a superstar number 7 himself. A dream debut season in Paris. If anyone thought Khvicha Kvaratskhelia might need time to adjust to life in Paris, they were wrong. From the moment he stepped onto the Parc des Princes pitch, it was clear he was built for this stage. The pressure of replacing a global superstar, the weight of wearing PSG's iconic number 7, none of it fazed him. Instead, he thrived. In League One, he was electric. His dribbling tore apart defenses, his creativity unlocked tight matches, and his combination play with Ousmane Dembélé and Gonzalo Ramos gave PSG a new attacking identity. He finished the season with double digits in both goals and assists, quickly becoming a fan favorite. The Ultras even unveiled a giant banner calling him Le Nouveau Magicien, the new magician. But it was in Europe where Kvaratskhelia truly stamped his authority. In the Champions League knockout stages, he delivered one clutch performance after another, scoring in the round of 16, assisting in the quarterfinals, and producing a man-of-the-match display in the semi-final second leg. In the final, under the bright lights of Wembley, he didn't just play, he shined, assisting the opening goal and winning the penalty that sealed PSG's long-awaited first Champions League trophy. By the end of his debut season, PSG had swept the domestic treble, League One, Coupe de France, Trophée des Champions, and most importantly, lifted the Champions League. Kvaratskhelia was named to the UEFA Team of the Season and shortlisted for the Ballon d'Or. From Tbilisi's riversides to European football's summit, the Georgian had achieved what so many greats before him couldn't. He helped deliver PSG's ultimate dream. Kvaratskhelia's journey from a €10 million bargain to a €70 million superstar is one of modern football's greatest stories. But what do you think is next for him? Can he lead PSG to an era of dominance and write his name into the history books as a true legend of the game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of football. From the riverside fields of Georgia to the biggest stadiums in Europe, the rise of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia has been nothing short of breathtaking. He's a player defined not just by his outrageous skill, the dizzying dribbles, the clinical assists, and the spectacular goals, but by his character. He's a quiet superstar, a player who puts the team first, and a hero who carries the pride of an entire nation on his shoulders with every touch of the ball. He arrived in Naples an unknown and left a king. He arrived in Paris to fill the shoes of a legend, ready for his next challenge. From Georgia to glory, the story of Kvaradona is a testament to talent, hard work, and the defiant belief that anything is possible. His legacy is still being written, but one thing is certain: the boy from Tbilisi has already conquered Europe.